In the shadows of the system, families torn apart. Tiff and the Punisher rise up. It's time to fight from the heart.
Yo, where the fighters at? Tiff! Punisher! Let's ride! Rough. Yo, I'm barking at the system. CPS devils in disguise, stealing souls from the crib, leaving families in cries. Tiff on the front line, claws out, no fear in the eyes. Punisher loading up, truth bullets, no lies. From the streets to the courts, we expose the corrupt. Kids locked in chains, but we're blowing it up. Pain in my chest, but I rise from the dirt. Abolish the tyrants, make them feel the hurt. Tiff and the Punisher, what? We coming for justice, what? No mercy, no peace, till the families are free, Tiff and the Punisher, what? Smash the machine, what? Rise up, fight back, we own the scene, Crawling in the shadows where the innocent bleed. Tiff spitting fire, planting the seed. Punisher's wrath like a storm unleashed. Tearing down walls, no rest, no cease. Parents in agony, kids in the void. But we're the dogs of war, fully deployed. From YouTube battles to real life strikes, we reclaim the lost under heaven's lights. Tiff and the Punisher, we coming for justice, no mercy, no peace, till the families are free, Tiff and the Punisher, smash the machine, rise up, fight back, we own the scene. Lord, give me strength in this endless fight. Darkness surrounds, but I see the light. For every tear, every broken home, we charge ahead, never alone. Tiff leads the pack, Punisher by our side. Justice prevailing, no place to hide. Tiff and the Punisher, we coming for justice, no mercy, no peace, till the families are free, Tiff and the Punisher, smash the machine, rise up, fight back, we own the scene.
Tiff and the Punisher, they won't back down. Fight for the children in every town. They are taking our kids every day. A child a minute, no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. When they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are old Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop it.
All right, we did it. I had to catch a shave there at the thing. So I wasn't quite ready for this.
Oh,
I mean, I'm ready for the show, but I wasn't ready for the. I was mistiming things.
Oh,
Yeah. So, did you like that new CPS hated thing that was on
Yeah.
there? The little
Yeah.
CPS logo.
yeah, I liked it, and I liked the drum beats too.
Yeah, I kind of felt like we were in a tribe.
Well, we are.
Yes. And did you notice the way that our pictures? It's kind of like we're peeking up over the bottom. We're like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh hey, look, what are we looking at over here? Yep. Sure is. So today is hump day.
Yep.
Oh, we need to get Chad up.
Huh?
Hey, did I tell you who's gonna? Oh, we do have the chat up. There's no one's chatting with us. Well, I'll be darned. Well, Tiff, how was your day today?
Today was pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Today was a good day. Do your paperwork, Sebowski. Do you know how many of those Disney cartoons? Do you know what those Disney cartoons and all of those cartoons that when we were kids, well, maybe not you because they were just coming out with the TV from rap version or whatever it is that you guys watched. Um, do you know all of those Disney movies and TVs and all that? Those were all getting people ready for the separation of their um from their parents. Like or bad situations. Like you look at Snow White, Cinderella, Pinocchio.
The princess that was in the castle.
That's Cinderella.
No, Cinderella was raised by her stepmother.
Oh, speaking of that, did you know that remember what did that mirror say when it looked on the thing on the wall?
Mirror, what was it? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the greatest of them all?
That is not what the mirror said.
What did the mirror say?
Well,
You, my fair lady.
do you know Darren? No, it said, well, let's see. I'll show you.
Yeah, I just remember her looking at. I didn't really watch cartoons because they were a little weird.
Coming from you.
Yeah. Let's find out what they said.
I'm trying to look for it right here. It's the newest, well, not the newest, but it's one of, the wall. You know what a Mandela effect is, right?
Do what?
Do you know what a Mandela effect is?
No, but I've heard of it.
Okay, so this came about when um, a few years, or I think it was like 2000 some point, 2020 something.
Okay.
They came up with a bunch of people thought that, uh, well, it was whenever Mandela died. I think it was like 2008 or maybe 20, whatever it is. Anyway, into the 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
Mandela had died. Nelson Mandela had died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a group of people, including myself, that said, "Wait a minute, this guy died way, way long time ago. Like this isn't new. You know what I mean? Like this is whatever." But they have news stories. They have the whole kit and caboodle to prove that this was not a farce. It was Nelson Mandela had just died. It was the damnedest thing that you would have ever seen in your life. And just just recently, they're coming out with more and more of these Mandela effects. Now I don't know if this is like government changing them so that we're skipping timelines. I don't know. There's a bunch of them now, but there's becoming more and more. And this is one of
Mm-hmm.
them. And I'm telling you, poor proof. But supposedly they don't say. There we go. This one says 100% proof. Okay, let me share with you here. Share. Oh boy, I can't believe this stuff. Here we go. Here it comes. Watch this.
Oh my.
Oh my is right. Come on. Oop. Okay, this is one. This is 100% proof. There we go.
Real book. As you can see, this is a book. In here we got Snow White, right? Snow White, Seven Dwarfs, Random House, New York, Walt Disney's. Right here we have the copyright is 1973, as you can see very clearly right there.
Mm-hmm.
By Walt Disney Productions, all right reserved. International Pan America copyright, blah blah blah. Okay, manufacturing in the United States of America. Again, 1973. I'm not going to show this again. I have to make this quick. All right, so it says it right there clearly. Right here, it says the stepmother, the queen. She lived in the castle. The queen had a magic mirror. Every day she looked into the mirror and asked the same thing. Right here, this is the old book, so 1973. Mirror, mirror. See that? Mirror, mirror. Again, this is the book, the inside of the book right here. Mirror, mirror. Then we have right here. I'm going to show you the in-between pages so this isn't like a blank book. is a real book. And the other one right here, it says, so the queen was not looking into, but the queen was not looking for Snow White. She was looking into her magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Right here again. Was not looking for Snow White. She was looking into her magic mirror. And mirror, mirror. Not magic mirror. She says mirror, mirror. She was looking into her magic mirror, but it was the mirror, mirror, right? Right, so here's the page. Here's the mirror she's looking at. Here's the rest of it. Right? And here's some of the rest of the book, so you can see this is a real book. Okay. Alright, people. Alright. See? Again. Mirror, mirror. $1973. Alright, people. That's my proof. Oh, wait. Sorry. And I got this trinket right here. You look in the back. It says villains. Fine bone china.
All right, so that really wasn't what I was trying to show you. That shows what it does, but I think it's now it says, I think it's magic mirror is what it says. It doesn't say mirror, mirror. It says magic mirror. Here you go. Here's some. Before we go, here we go.
What is real? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 craziest examples of the Mandela effect. For this list, we're looking into the strangest instances of collective false memories, otherwise known as the Mandela effect. And no, this list isn't one itself. We did do a version of this already. We're just adding more entries.
It's time to bring her in, George!
Number 20. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Your childhood might not look the same after this. As we all know good and well, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood always began with its titular host singing its theme song.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
This much is true, but that well-known opening line, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood," not so much. Although it doesn't scan quite as well, it's actually a beautiful day in this neighborhood. But how did we all miss this when we've heard the song so many times in our youth?
It's one hell of a day in my neighborhood. A hell of a day for a neighbor.
It could be worse, we suppose. It's not like he was wearing leather jackets instead of cardigan sweaters this whole time. Number 19. Fruit of the Loom's logo.
It kills me.
Fruit of the Loom is a clothing company renowned the world over. Its logo is similarly famous, showing fruit spilling out of a cornucopia. Or at least that's what many of us remember it as being. In fact, the logo doesn't contain a cornucopia at all. Okay, so maybe an old logo has it, right? Nope. Versions of the logo dating back over 100 years lack the cornucopia too.
Wow.
So why do so many people associate a cornucopia with Fruit of the Loom? Even parodies and references to the Fruit of the Loom logo contain cornucopias, but not the genuine article. Number 18. The Monopoly Man's Monocle. The board game Monopoly features a memorable mascot named Rich Uncle Pennybags, also known as the Monopoly Man or Mr. Monopoly. He's famous for his suit, top hat, and large mustache. However, people are divided on whether or not he wears a monocle. Reality seems to favor that he doesn't, but our memories of this childhood game can't be false, right?
Ace Ventura, pet detective. And you must be the Monopoly guy.
Heck, even Ace Ventura made the mistake, and he seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Could it be as simple as conflating the Monopoly Man with other rich fat cat mascots like Mr. Peanut? Or has someone bought up all our memories? Number 17. Sex in the City. This much-loved HBO show and subsequent movies follow a group of 4 women and their love lives in New York City.
I didn't feel a thing. It was like, hey babe, gotta go. Catch you later. And I completely forgot about him after that.
But are you sure that isn't just because he didn't call you?
However, strangely, there is some disagreement on what its title is. Although some would swear up and down it's called Sex in the City, its title is actually Sex and the City. Now, the easy explanation is that people tend to slur the word "and" a lot, so that Sex and the City becomes Sex in the City.
Really?
However, there also seems to be plenty of merch and newspaper headlines bearing the word "in" instead of "and", so what gives? Did reality go out for too many drinks with the girls? Number 16, Lucy has some splaining to do. I Love Lucy is a classic sitcom and among the most influential TV shows of all time.
It's Ricky. Hi, Ricky.
Hi, Rick. What's going on here? Why'd you slam the door in their face?
Lucy's husband on the show, Ricky Ricardo, played by real-life husband Desi Arnaz, had a particularly memorable catchphrase. Lucy, you've got some splaining to do. Or did he?
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
The film, the villainously vain queen famously possesses a magic mirror. To call on it, she says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" Except that's not the line in the Disney movie.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
In Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the queen says, "Magic mirror on the wall." This is a strange case because the original fairy tale has her say mirror, mirror. It's just the Disney version that's different.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, is this not the most perfect kingdom of them all?
This could simply be a case where people are conflating the fairy tale and the Disney film, but even so, it's odd that something as popular and well-known as Snow White wouldn't be better remembered.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Number 13.
I didn't know that was so carried away.
I can't hear you. You're muffled.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't want to get so carried away with that. But those are what Mandela effects are. So what you like, did you notice the cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom? Like, don't you remember the cornucopia like clear as day?
No, like I would never have put that together because the Fruit of the Loom, I remember these fucking dudes dressed up in the fruit, jumping all over the front yard.
Yeah. But they had the little horn thing always with them, right?
I don't remember that. No.
Really?
No.
Tiff. You're making my whole intro story be more and more difficult here.
I mean, but some people might say that it was there.
All right, audience, how many of you remember the cornucopia with Fruit of the Loom, especially you boys that wore the undies?
The only thing that, whatever you're calling it, I have some of those, and I only pulled them out at Thanksgiving.
Mandela effects or cornucopias?
Yeah, those.
Cornucopia.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they call it a cornucopia.
I just call it my little wind tunnel. It looks like a bugle to me.
No. Those things, right? Jesus almighty. Anyway, my point was this. These movies and cartoons and all these things that we showed our kids, were preparing them for an inevitable day that they were going to be separated from their parents prematurely. Like, that's what all these things were guiding you for, even right up to like Monsters Inc. Now, granted, they changed as time went on. You know what I mean? Like, they got a little more. The storylines changed. With the removals and stuff. The thing is that they never hit on those. They hit on the after effects and then it happened, but they never talked about what and how or what it was going to do to the kid when they removed them. You know what I mean? Like, so they got all of this, because if you think about it, it's always like Bambi was on his own, but then all the other kids, Peter Pan, there's another one with the orphans and all of that, but they never show the kids being removed, and I wonder why that is, or they don't show how that they were being removed.
Right.
And I wonder if that's because they knew that if they went too far with these things, if people would actually remember them, because you can't add like the number one most traumatic thing in the world is being removed from your family, being removed from your mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
They say that once they do that, and this comes from the study of from the University of Baltimore, the harm of removal. Like, once, it doesn't even matter if it's for 10 minutes or whatever, once that initial authoritative figure has separated and severed you from your child, the safety that you no longer are the safety net for your kid because you're handcuffed or whatever, that the trauma that they've created on them is so great that their trust will be gone for good. Like, that's it. Those children will never, ever, ever be able to trust anything ever again. And that's sad. That is so sad that these kids that get removed by CPS for non-issues, for anything really, because even it says in parts of that study that kids that were involved in these removals or whatever don't their life, like they don't stand a chance as far as things go further down in their life. Like there's all kinds of statistics that go with the removals and the trauma that's created, and it's terrible.
Well, I can tell you that a lot of kids have detachment disorder. Um, they don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
And they don't believe anything that people say to them. And why would they?
Right. What do they call that?
What?
What's the one that you said? Detachment
Detachment. That's what I meant to say. A detachment order.
disorder.
Yeah, it's a disorder.
Yeah.
I'm tired too, Darren.
What is that? That's what they don't feel for anything. They don't have a connection any longer with anything at all. Like it's just
They
they're
just
removed from.
they just can't connect to people. They that the trust is not there. They trust nobody with their emotions, with their life, nothing. And why would they?
Right. That's just so freaking sad, and I don't know how that's not considered abuse and neglect, or how that's not being brought up in all of these. As soon as your kid's taken by CPS, how you're not at that courtroom window trying to fight to get them back. Don't wait for your lawyer to give you the waive your right to that hearing or anything. You get your ass to that courtroom, and you file that same damn paperwork that they did on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For abuse and neglect, because you now literally have the proof that your kids are being abused and neglected, backed up by medical information and studies, because they say that removal is. And now this is like an out of the box thinking thing too, people. So don't go to the bank with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just stay in our lane for a little bit longer and work on these things. But God, I just can't get over the fact that so many kids are harmed, and so many kids want to be um, introduced or put, into the family settings immediately, and they're just blowing it up. They're ruining it for everybody, and I don't understand how senators, congressmen, House of Representatives, presidents, none of these people are addressing the fact of the removal itself. No one talks about the removal. They talk about the kids dying in CPS custody. They talk about all this other stuff, kinship, financing, all of this stuff. Don't talk about what actually happens, the detriment that happens with the removal. And that shocks the hell out of me.
So I saw this post earlier and I saved it for a reason. So this was posted by Mark Rubio 9 hours ago.
Really?
It says, it's neither the government nor the school's job to raise children.
Mm-hmm.
They're there to teach. Parents raise children. Strong families raise children. That's exactly what he said.
Okay.
So I hope that they practice what they fucking preach, because isn't he in the Trump administration?
Rubio?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, well
He
that's
used,
what he said 9 hours ago.
he used to be the I thought he was the governor or
He was something in Florida. That's all I can
right,
tell you.
right. Yeah, there's
But
he
that's
said,
what he said. The government nor the schools are to be raising these children. Parents raise their children.
oh man. Well, I don't know. I just was thinking about that earlier, and it really is driving me nuts that they just can't get that part right. They just why is it that a lot of these topics aren't brought up? Why is it that the whole, the wrongful removal, the no warrants, to this? I mean, the closest one that I would say that gets any sort of media coverage that we don't cover right away, or maybe one of our longtime listeners would, but I don't understand it. I just don't.
Well, Darren, you can't take away the state's funding. They only get funding if a child is removed and placed in foster care.
Yeah, I know that. but still.
That's why nobody's talking about it. My
Yeah.
husband used to say, "You want to hurt a man's pocket? Take away the thing that's feeding him."
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
would be the removals.
Right. And I think it's a point. I don't know. I just think that they should turn some focus to that. But like you said, they're not going to. It's just like they're going to keep adoption as the incentive goal, not reunification. You know, like it's like they're not gonna do or make or force these changes onto anything unless there's some sort of an entire age gap that's coming up and doing something. So
Yeah.
so for any groups that are out there, advocate groups or whatever, that are looking for their next something to follow or get in on, please contact me.
Well, let's hope. I think it said 24 states. I'm not sure. I have to go back and read my email. But let's hope that the rest of these states follow suit with all these other states. Virginia just now following suit too, and I'm surprised because we're the last to do anything. That you can no longer call your local CPS and get a CPS worker to go out to somebody's house. No, now they're being vetted through the
Good.
state, and then the state will decide if you can go out, and the state will decide if you can remove that child or not.
Good. About freaking time. About freaking time.
Yeah.
Oh, at least
So
that's something. That's something.
we'll
Man.
see what happens.
Well, I mean, it's going to go one of two ways, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I will tell you that a lot of the gun shit going on here in Virginia is already dead in the water. So
Right.
we'll see if the rest of them die too. But yeah, they're not getting very far. Like they wanted to tax us on everything. Died on the floor. 50-50 shared custody, died on the floor. But most of the stuff for Child Protective Services is passed. Even with their pushback, it's passed.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even the pushback. I don't get it. I don't get it. They finally get it on this platform. Anything that comes across the desks of any voting platforms or any voting services, these people should be out there by the millions and voting for it, no matter whether they like it or not. Like if anything makes it to that ballot, then God damn it, go put an X next to it. If it strips away any sort of power that they have or any sort of anything, then damn it, go do it. Like that's it, because we're not going to see another off balance, I guess, if you will. We won't see this again, and we're not. I just don't feel like we're capitalizing on it enough right now to make the difference that we are all hoping to make and that we're trying to make. I just don't see enough coming out with the swords and chopping some heads. I just don't see it, and it's starting to make me a little bit nervous.
Yeah. Well, on the upside, they also the bills in Virginia to start selling marijuana in the stores is passing through with no problems. But yet we can't get real legislative change for CPS. And I mean real. Like, I mean, what they're doing is good. Don't get me wrong. Because the little steps, especially here in Virginia, we're surprised that a lot of these went through. But the real focus needs to be taking the funds from Title 4E and sending that money to the families. If they would just get on board with that, I think there would be less removals.
I agree 100%. I agree with 1,000%. Less removals, the better. I mean, what was that statistic that we saw yesterday that they were increased by? Because what people don't realize either, too, is that they use a use it or lose it type budget. So every year they can't maintain that because they'll start to lose funding. So if they were at $5 last year, that means that they got to come up and justify spending on $7 this year, and then so on and so forth. And hopefully you're smart enough to realize how this works, and what we're talking about. But like if your budget is $5 right now, the next week you need to have $5 worth of whatever, and then some, so that they can send the funds back to you. And it just grows every year. If your number went up to 10,000, the following year you need to have 12,000, and so on and so forth. So that's how that one goes. But I just don't. It just is too much for me. It's too powerful. It's too everything. I'm one of the people, that I talk about here, that's too emotional when it comes to that. So.
And you're right, Jane. So we're waiting on you so you can start your podcast so you can get them kids on there and start telling their stories.
That's right.
Because you relate to them.
Yep.
We relate to the parent side.
We try to.
Yeah.
Yep. We sure do.
So the video clip that you posted earlier, I really like that.
Which one was that?
I don't know. Let me see if I can find it again. The one about the sociopathic. Let me find you.
Yes.
Well,
where's the video they put up today?
I think it was today. Oh, here.
Yeah.
I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
If I can't, yes, I can. This one that I just sent to you.
Okay. Where is it? Where's Facebook here?
Send it to Darren this time.
Yeah, send it to me.
She says she's ready. I sent you guys the email. It probably went somewhere else, so you're going to have to get it.
Okay. Let's see here.
It got 222 thumbs up on Facebook and 515 on TikTok.
Where is your thing? There it is. Got it. Tiff and The Punisher. What? 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 CPS is come. Whoa, whoa. That bang. Whoa, whoa.
Did you find it there? What's C19?
I'm looking at it right now. It's kind of weird. I'm looking at the video on the screen while I'm looking at this, and it's different. I'm slow behind, so I'm like holding my eyes to see if they open up or.
You're so funny. Send it to my messenger or send it to Darren's messenger.
Okay, so.
You like my little $5 fine?
Yeah,
it's an American flag blanket.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh no.
Oh, I get it now. I got it. I'm having a blonde moment, Gunner. I'm sorry.
Whoa. Baby. What? Help me in the button, please.
What? Oh, did it go up?
Yes, please. Oh no. My button got pushed somehow. Then we just popped the button there. So now I'm trying to.
What happened?
I don't know. We have one of those surge protectors, and then on the other side of the wall, and sometimes it just pops off. And it just happened, but it's too far away from me. You have to go through like 9 doors to get to it and all this stuff. Yeah, you got it, baby. Thank you. So, there we go. That's the cost of going to the surge protector. You all right?
Good.
Okay, thanks, babe. Yeah, can't use.
Thank God for her.
Yeah, you thank somebody, that's for damn sure. Thank your parents, thank God, thank everybody. Yeah. Yep, she's just moving up. All right, so here we go. Now I can see the screen again. Back in the ranch. Back at the ranch. Kitty, are you attacking me? I can hear her coming through. Kitty and I have been fighting lately.
Oh my.
It's tough, you know. After the holidays and everything, things get back to normal. You know, Kitty's still upset. You know, she was expecting a rain or something. I don't know. All right. Oh, hi, Kitty. Okay, so here we go. Here's the video from earlier today. Let's see. Hi, Kitty. Hello.
Did she smack you with her tail?
Yes, she did. She don't play. I swear, if you were a cat reincarnated, I would think that you might or may not be Kitty. She's got some attitude here. All right, so here we are. That's the video, right there. Yep. Okay, here we go, people. Yes, Tiffany, I'll make it bigger.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
All right,
That's
how
the
about
one.
that?
That's the one.
All right, we did it. Here we go.
Come on.
Sharing it. Oh yeah, sound. Sound.
A lack of empathy with the consequences
How do we restart this?
for others of your.
There it is. All right, here we go.
Think that psychopaths are serial killers. Well, the more extreme of them are.
Yeah.
But psychopathic behavior doesn't have to involve murder. The two great pillars of the psychopathic personality are a lack of empathy with the consequences for others of your actions and a complete absence of remorse for your actions once they've happened. And so when I have observed social workers and others involved in these secret courts that take children from loving families, I see the same personality types over and over and over again, and they are psychopathic.
Wow.
People think that psychopaths are...
That's crazy. That makes a lot of
Yep.
sense. Wow.
Yep.
Holy smokes. So their social workers are cold towards you, like in that sense, like they're in a small
They don't
room
care.
and yeah, they don't.
It's not affecting them.
Wow. Holy cow. See, this is why they need to get mentally. I think there should be some sort of mental testing, some sort of mental government assistance training.
Like the police do.
You know, yeah, I would think even more so than the police do. You know, because most of these caseworkers aren't in here for the long haul.
Nope.
You know, how many retired DHS caseworkers do you hear about? You know, it says one. You know, freaking nuts. All right. Do you want to go down and roll through
Yeah,
this?
go ahead.
Let's see what comes up there. Oh, you know what? We can do the CPS corrupt. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Get ourselves a treat. Okay, here we go. Get ourselves a treat. All right. Can you see those? Are they up there?
Yeah, well, Nancy Schaefer is.
Yeah, well, good. So she can see you. You can
Yeah.
see her. Mr. Robert Garza tonight. How are you, buddy? Okay. Nancy Schaefer.
I wrote a scathing report entitled The Corrupt Business of Child Protective Services.
Nancy Schaefer and her husband Bruce were found dead today at their Havisham County home.
But tonight, I'm talking about those children removed from their homes intentionally for profit. Children are seized unnecessarily from their families due to the federal aid created in 1974 entitled the Adoption and Safe Families Act. It offers financial incentives to the states that increase adoption numbers. To receive the adoption incentives or bonuses, local CPS must have more children. They must have more merchandise to sell. Funding is available when a child is placed in a foster home with strangers or placed in a mental health and medicated, usually against the parents' wishes. Parents are victimized by the system that makes a profit for holding children longer and bonuses for not returning children to their parents. This is abuse of power.
Yeah.
It is lack of accountability.
That's right.
And it is a growing criminal political phenomenon spreading around the globe. Oftentimes, but not always, poor parents are targeted to lose their children because they do not have the wherewithal to hire an attorney or fight the system. Therefore, it is in the best interest of the child to be removed. Best interest, of course, has also been redefined at the child's expense. It has been reported over and over that 6 times as many children die in foster care than in the general public.
Jesus.
Once a child is legally kidnapped and placed in official safety, the child is far more likely to suffer abuse, including sexual molestation and or rape. Case workers and social workers are often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence, and they seek wrongly to terminate parental rights while being protected by state immunity. There is a huge bureaucracy made up of judges, court-appointed attorneys, guardian ad litems, social workers, state employees, court investigators, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, foster parents, adoptive parents, and who are looking to the children in state care for their job security. Judges have control over private living arrangements and income of 48.3 million Americans. The United States Census Bureau reported in 2002 that 40 billion in transfer payments were made between households of custody parents and other parents. That money, 40 billion, is under the direction and control of family court judges in environments covered with confidentiality laws that protect the wrong people. Fathers are victims of this unjust system. Child support payments, even without having visits with their children, are choking the very life out of fathers. 3 fathers, of whom I am aware and have been in touch with, committed suicide in the last 12 months because they lost the opportunity to even visit with their children. These are crimes against humanity, financial gain, rights from parents, human rights, civil rights, and even religious rights. I do not believe that a single child comes out whole after having been in this system. Many foster children make up the homeless population of today. An independent audit should be called on every state of all Child Protective Services departments. I placed calls to state senators, representatives in their respective states across the country, asking them to help me with certain families. And I was told, if I help that family, or if I help you, I'll lose my job. Remove, abolish the federal and state financial incentives. Those dollars have turned CPS into a business that takes children and separates families for money. Open family court. Remove the confidentiality laws. Give parents their rights verbally and in writing. I even feel that to terminate the rights of parents, the case should be heard before a jury. Family rights and parents' rights must be protected. We do not need more like the UN rights of the child.
Right.
It's anti-parent, anti-child, and anti-common sense for the family. There has to be perseverance for any great reform, and great reform is needed in this area. Let me remind you that there is case law from state appellate and federal district courts and up to the United States Supreme Court, all of which affirm the constitutionality of the rights of parents to actually be parents to their children. There's biblical law too. It goes like this: speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. And like of all who are destitute, speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. Thank you.
Former State Senator Nancy Schaefer and her husband Bruce were found dead today at their Havisham County home.
Fox 5's Justin Gray is here now with more. Justin?
Yeah, Russ, former State Senator Nancy Schaefer was well known for championing conservative causes. Tonight, GBI crime scene investigators are at her Northeast Georgia home. They're searching for clues that might tell them what led to the sudden and violent deaths of Miss.
I wrote a scathing report entitled.
All right, so, I mean, we've all seen that one 100 times, but it's just never, if she came back today, she would think we're in the same spot.
Yeah, but she was murdered, and it wasn't no murder-suicide. Her husband didn't shoot her. These motherfuckers shot her because she was exposing them.
Yep. And there was nobody that could dispute her. Just like there's still nobody out there that's willing to come out and dispute us when we come out and we rant about one person, one topic, one whatever. There is nobody that will come out and dispute anything, obviously.
So I want to address the stuff going on between Gunner and Herbert. Gunner's right, but Herbert, the Constitution is online. Parents need to learn how to read that Constitution. They need to learn how to make it work with CPS. And it's not just CPS. It's for anybody who works for the government, whether it's a state agency or a federal agency. So I understand, why would the schools teach these kids how to overthrow the government with their constitutional rights? They're not going to ever teach it. We weren't taught it. If it wasn't for my dad being a police officer, my sister doesn't even know her rights. Okay. So that's how we can educate the people. I say it all the time. Learn. There's 3 documents you must learn: the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence. Oh, and your state, constitution, and your state Declaration of Rights is what it's called here. So They're not going to teach the kids the Constitution. They're only going to teach them about the
Any lawyer, judge, mental health professional.
Sorry.
That's okay. About the Congress and the presidency. Do you think they're going to go over the first 10 amendments that clearly state our constitutional rights and the 14th? Fuck no. Go ahead, Darren.
Here we go.
Or caseworker who has any involvement in the family court is aware that one of the most devastating issues we face in the nation. Parents alienate their children from the other parent by aligning with them, sharing information which is often biased and untrue with the children for the sole purpose of having the child reject the other parent. The judicial system has very few tools to fix this problem, especially with adolescents who are taking positions based on the emotional burden placed on them by a parent. To say that they want to see one parent would place them in direct opposition to the other parent who has convinced them that that parent they want to see is the enemy. While this court's remedy in this particular situation may seem drastic and offensive, so too is the notion that children have been convinced that the only way to maintain a stable and loving connection with mother is to vilify and reject a father. The decision was made so they could be and they would not be emotionally manipulated and pressured to love one parent and hate the other. They will receive counseling, support, and comfort in a safe place where the message is that it's okay to love both their mother and their father. It was also a remedy the court took after 5 years of litigation and orders designed to foster a relationship with both parents. In the 5 years this case has been ongoing, the court has received no credible evidence that father has done anything to negatively affect the mental, physical, or emotional health of these children. In fact, this father has moved mountains to be able to be part of his children's lives.
I think the story that the child said was so outrageous and so different than what was observed. It was unbelievable. And I believe that mother told the child what to say, and that was the story, so she could start going fathers. You got to give my credit. She did all these 5 years. She's been successful at it, and she's been on a campaign, and she's won to some extent, and she has damaged these children. And, you know, mother, God bless you. You've succeeded in that. So I think it's a travesty. I want them out of the village. They don't belong there. Come up with a plan. If not, Judge, you have authority to do something. But they really need to be out. And let's try to come up with something. But it cannot involve the mother at this time.
Any lawyer, judge, mental health professional, or...
So that's good to know right there. It's good stuff. Like, let's get rid of this stuff. Let's do it. Start chacking it away.
Let me talk to her for a minute.
Yeah.
The information is online. Google the United States Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and whatever state they live in, the Virginia Constitution, the Declaration of Rights for Virginia. If you read it, it's almost self-explanatory. If they need to be taught, have them watch our show. Have them watch Gunner's show. We teach this stuff all the time. Your best defense, I don't care what anybody says, is standing on your rights. Period.
Okay. All right. Next one.
All right. Coffee.
Guess what, guys? Have you ever seen lightning hit concrete? It's like an artillery round. Well, if you take 1 billion volts and bounce it off the right, it could be used, concentrated with precision to a point in the Earth's crust and cause an earthquake. Now, 30 years ago or so, George Soros fucking destroyed the economies of East Asia, mainly Taiwan and Thailand. And when he did that, a bunch of people with Yiddish-sounding names from Israel bought up mad amounts of real estate, okay? Then Bangkok started doing really good, and they purchased new insurance policies on all these buildings in Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Bali, etc. And then, earthquake in Southeast Asia. That is a familiar tactic. Now, as Gaza is renovated, being turned into a golf course, they have many agendas and several different plotters, and those plotters have conspired into a nefarious plot with contingencies. Because if something doesn't go their way, as in if you don't fucking help manifest for them, ushering us into prophecy in exactly the way that they have planned, they have backups. For instance, trillions of dollars of resources have been found using...
I used to spend 3 weeks making one VS.
Hold on, Aaron. Hold on, Aaron.
Yeah.
Hold on. Some parents never finished high school. Well, this is going to surprise everybody. I dropped out in 10th grade.
I knew it.
I have never, you will never catch my ass in another fucking classroom again. Okay? I am self-taught. The Constitution is not hard. If you read it and you don't understand it, come on the show. We can talk about it. I dropped out in 10th grade and I never got my GED. I never went back to school, but nobody, my own husband thought I went to college. What? Fuck no.
No. So you never finished college? You never finished high school? Wow.
Fuck no.
Yes.
School was nothing, and I don't want to say this too loud in case I got listening ears, because then it'll be used against me. School was nothing but a social gathering for me. When I left home, I told my mother, you go withdraw me from school, I'm leaving home. And she did. And I left, and I never went back.
Wow. That's crazy.
I'll tell you what, Darren and I are putting a webinar together. And one of the things is, Herbert, we're going to teach the Constitution. So you get people who don't understand their constitutional rights, God damn it, I'll teach it to them. If I can teach a 4-year-old his Fourth Amendment rights, I can damn sure teach a bunch of people. And he's good at that. He used to tell me all the time, get out my room. No, the difference between me and you is you don't pay the bills here. You have no privacy. My own kids will tell you, you don't have privacy in my house.
Right.
You want privacy? I told all my kids. Right. This is what I told all my kids. You want privacy? Sign your first lease.
Yeah, right. Make your sign right on this dotted line and let me see the down payment.
That's right.
That's right. All right, let's do let's see here.
Let's do one more, and then I'm going to bed. My cat's in here tripping because I got
You have a rat in your house.
Oh no.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm TC Stallings.
What happened?
He said you got a rat in your house. Is he talking to me?
Oh yeah. Let's see. What else we got? We gotta have some more here.
Trump made a very ominous and dark speech about the decline of America. And while doing so, music began playing, and the music sounded exactly like a song called WWG1WGA, where we go one, we go all.
The former president of the United States, who wants to be the next president, is now directly spreading the slogans of the conspiracy cult QAnon.
Trump has posted or reposted more than 100 messages linked to QAnon since the beginning of the year.
The crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Is that something you are behind?
Well, I haven't. I've
Is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, you know, if I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there, and we are actually.
QAnon. It is this theory that Democrats are a satanic pedophile ring, and that you are the savior of that. Now, can you just once and for all state that that is completely not true,
So,
and that disavow QAnon in its entirety?
I know nothing about QAnon. They are very strongly against pedophilia, and I agree with that. I mean, I do agree with that, and I agree with it.
But there's not a
very strongly.
satanic pedophile
I have
cult
no
being run
idea.
by-
I know
You
nothing
don't
about
know
that.
Okay.
No, I don't know
You
that.
just
and
this
neither
week.
do you know that. When this country is gone, the rest of the world would follow. The rest of the world would follow. That's the importance of this country.
On January 29, 2018, an anon asked Q if Trump could work the phrase tip-top into his State of the Union speech as a shout-out to anons. Instead, Trump said it at the 2018 Easter egg roll with the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland standing next to him.
Keep this incredible house or building or whatever you want to call it, because there really is no name for it. It is special. And we keep it in tip-top, we call it sometimes tippy-top shape. And it's great.
Q has used the phrase Alice in Wonderland in posts. Trump didn't just fulfill an anon's request, he pointed at Q. An anon requested a hashtag Obamagate tweet from Trump, and Trump posted Obamagate without the hashtag. On April 12, 2018, Q posted Twitter down. Exactly 1 year later, on April 12, 2019, Twitter went down. The same day that Twitter went down, the NSA posted a picture of a Q on their Twitter page. This is important because Q has referred to the NSA in posts. On November 8, 2017, Trump posted a picture on Twitter with everyone giving a thumbs up. When an image is posted on Twitter, it's given a random file name when it's uploaded. If you connect the tips of the thumbs, it makes a Q, plus the file name for the image says do it Q at the beginning and ends with a Q. Q used plus signs to represent the puppet masters in a post. The House of Saud, the Rothschilds, and Soros. On November 6, 2017 at 5:07:57 seconds, Q posted, "Nothing is random, everything has meaning, plus plus plus." 7 minutes later, Trump posted on Twitter and the tweet had plus 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 at the end, just like the Q post. 50 minutes later, Trump tweets about Saudi Arabia. The plus 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 in the Q post represented the House of Saud. On November 11, 2017, Q said that one side of the triangle had been removed, referring to Saudi Arabia, and that the other sides are falling.
In the last few months, the Crown Prince, the now Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, has consolidated power and pushed out several other leading candidates for the Saudi throne. The 32-year-old bin Salman has made public statements about not only fighting terrorism, but also modernizing Saudi Arabia and tackling corruption. And the Trump administration counts him as a valuable ally.
Remarkable times in Saudi Arabia, the hugely influential Sunni Muslim kingdom. There's been an unprecedented anti-corruption purge with sweeping arrests of senior politicians and business leaders and members of the royal family.
Among those princes, military officers and top officials that were arrested in the last 24 hours, Prince Walid bin Talal. He's one of the world's richest men, a major investor in Citibank, Twitter, and the parent company of Fox News, 21st Century Fox. He's also somebody who has publicly feuded with President Trump, and President Trump has accused him of trying to buy U.S. politicians.
These are incredible times in Saudi Arabia. There's never been anything quite like it. And in some ways, it's very exciting. His supporters are saying this is the man who's going to lead us to the future, who's setting the stage for a modern economy, a modern society, and jobs for all the millions of Saudis who are pouring out of schools and universities. Others, though, especially the older guard, are extremely worried.
We're particularly pleased to be selling the jewels of Hannah de Rothschild. The jewels that we're selling, which comprise a magnificent pearl and diamond tiara and a bracelet and matching brooch.
Billionaire George Soros is handing control of his $25 billion empire to his son, Alex. His son, Alex, is 37 years old. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal over the weekend, he said he's more political than his father, and he hinted at a significant financial role for the Soros organization in next year's U.S. elections.
Aviation call signs are unique identifiers assigned to aircraft, like a nickname, but the call sign doesn't have to be the same for every flight. In 2018 there were civil and military aircraft spotted flying with the call sign Q, or anon. The United Parcel Service, the U.S. Army, and the U.S. Air Force. There was even a Royal Australian Air Force spotted flying with the call sign anon. On December 7, 2018, Trump jumped on Air Force One to fly to Kansas. When Air Force One was wheels up, the call sign popped up as Q0. The fact that there was a Q in the call sign was big, but the question was, what did the zero mean? After the flight, Q confirmed that Q0 means Q+. That means Trump was flying with the call sign Q+. The reason that's big is because anons think Trump is the person that posted on the Intel board as Q+. Not only does that point to Q, but it points to Trump being Q+. On October 2, 2018, Q posted 5347 by itself. On November 6, 2018, the U.S. Senate election results were 5347. Q called the Senate votes a month in advance. On January 13, 2018, Q posted checkmate, which is a victory in chess. In 2024, Trump posted a hashtag by itself. In chess the hashtag. On October 5, 2018, Q posted, the picture will be the signifier, and dropped the link to an account with the handle, QAnon baby.
They respect us. That's more important. Look at that beautiful baby. Look at that beautiful baby. Wow, what a baby. What a baby. That is a beautiful baby. That's like from an advertisement. Look how happy that baby is. So beautiful. Thank you, darling. That's really nice. It's a great thing. Is that your husband? That's a great thing. Thank you. Congratulations, husband. Man. What a picture. But we're going to have the country all set.
On July 17, 2019, Trump stopped in the middle of his speech to point out a baby, took a picture with his hands and said, "What a picture." When the camera pulled back, the baby had a big Q on their back. This happened on the 17th day of the month. Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. On October 10, 2019, Trump posted a video on Twitter. At the 1 minute and 34 second mark, Q baby pops up. If you hold the 1, and add the 3 and 4, you get 17. The GOP hearing on the DOJ's investigation into the Clinton Foundation was set for December 5, 2018. Q started dropping D5 in posts like something big was going to happen. On November 30, 2018, George Bush Sr. died. His funeral date was set for December 5, 2018, and the GOP hearing was cancelled. On December 3, 2018, Q asked what the odds are that the Bush funeral would be on December 5th, and pointed us to the empirical rule. Then Q posted, "Postponed, well played deep state, please allow us to counter." Q's promise to counter had anons wondering if something was going to happen at the funeral. That's when the secret envelopes came into play. Cameras just happened to be in the perfect positions.
After 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
Pick the people to run those agencies and the deputies that are pledging allegiance to the new world order and good governance. And then I think you have the Inspector General do some spot audits to make sure that there is real compliance.
The burdens of global citizenship continue to bind us together. Partnership and cooperation among nations is not a choice. It is the only way, the one way.
Things like technological change, things like mass media, things like the market are all subject to our control.
Since then, we established a liberal world order, and now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there.
Look, I think that everyone is going to have to take a hard look at where they want to be at this moment in history, as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights.
The chair declares the joint session dissolved.
Where's the concern for the United States in that?
Well, it's not my concern.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
On December 11th, 2017, Q posted, "Follow the wives." All the envelopes were delivered to the wives. And Anon asked Q what was in the envelopes. Q answered, "Our promise to counter." In 2020, Anon made a D5 connection, a declassified memorandum for the Director of National Intelligence, about the unmasking of General Flynn. The document's date is the 4th of May. 4 equals D, and May equals 5.
Right,
Q replied,
I'm sorry we got stuck in that. I was disinterested in it.
Ooh, that was getting deep. All right, I gotta go. I just heard one.
You guys check it out on check it all out. We'll see you tomorrow night, Angry Citizen Night. Thanks for coming. We'll catch you tomorrow. Herbert, thanks for showing up, buddy. Appreciate you being here. We love you, and we need more of you. So make sure you keep doing what you do. And everybody else, have a good night.
It's that called the ready.
We live in a time where we question our frame. When they ask us what our rights are, they say, yeah, don't need them. What a mistake that is to say. We live in a land we ought to be free. It's not seeming that's how it is shaping to be. The Constitution is supposed to guide us. Our government is taking it away and trying to deprive us. Our kids are taken every day by CPS agents looking for prey. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. We have found the one and only solution. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and The Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who do war in college. The Punisher is abolished all the way. He's been here for years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together, they making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. We all admit the times are hard. No little children in the front yard. Tiff and Punisher are fighting so hard. They are waging war, on their side is God. They don't stop if they get in trouble. They are fighting for the children, double trouble. The strength they need, they get from each other. They have each other's back like sister and brother. They you're Tiff and The Punisher, saving the families from corruption. They want you to join their movement, no repercussion. You need to learn the thing called the Constitution. Inside that document is our solution. CPS, we have your number. We are coming for you, hear our thunder. Your fate is sealed, have a nice day. You won't break another family, no more trauma for kids, that's like blasphemy. Keep your thoughts to your own ideals, soon enough you'll be clicking your heels. Because you need to go to jail, all of us fathers will be chugging down an ale. The mothers will squeeze their young ones tight, and CPS workers are locked down for the night. They had a choice they didn't make, now they spend their days in crates and know it's wrong to kidnap. So from all of us, this is your payback. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and The Punisher is their show. They wanna stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who do war in college. The Punisher is abolished all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. That's all we need to get on with this fight. The document that most people core you'll barely read in light. Pick the parts that pertain to your case, show them the results and spit in their face. We are Tiff and The Punisher, fighting together, displaying our unity with the birds of a feather. If it's a million, that's great, but one is just the same. We'll bring these kids home and know every name. We will smoke every social worker in court, their heads down with no support. The country knows CPS is doing wrong if they